In this video, I am addressing some of the dangers of electric vehicles. Ever wondered about the unseen risks of electric vehicles catching fire, or leaving you stranded on the side of the road or in the middle of a winter storm? Before we dive deep into the woes that electric vehicles sometimes cause, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so now and give us a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you will get our videos as soon as we upload them. And remember to leave us a comment below and share the video with your friends and families and also out to your social media pages. Thank you. Now let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture here. Electric vehicles, or EVs as they're commonly known, are gaining popularity at a rapid pace. They're sleek, they're silent, and they're the poster children for environmental friendliness. They're marketed as the future of transportation, with the promise of zero emissions and an end to our reliance on fossil fuels. But there's a flip side to this shiny coin, and it's one that's often overlooked in the glitz and glamour of the EV revolution. We're talking about the hidden danger of these vehicles catching fire. Now this might come as a surprise to many. After all, aren't EVs supposed to be safer than traditional gasoline-powered cars? Well, while it's true that EVs don't have a combustible fuel source like gasoline, they do have something else: high-voltage lithium-ion batteries. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Back in 2013, a Tesla Model S caught fire after hitting debris on a highway. The impact caused damage to the battery pack, leading to a thermal runaway and eventually a fire. Fast forward to 2020, and we have the Chevrolet Bolt recall. More than 68,000 Bolts were recalled due to the risk of their batteries catching fire. An issue that was attributed to two rare manufacturing defects in the battery cells. Now these are not isolated incidents. They're real-life cases that highlight the inherent risks associated with lithium-ion batteries. When damaged or defective, these batteries can cause a chain reaction leading to a thermal runaway, a process where the battery's temperature rapidly increases, leading to a fire or explosion. And these fires? They're not like your typical car fires. They burn hotter, they're harder to put out, and they can reignite even after being extinguished. So, while the EV revolution is bringing about a much-needed change in our transportation sector, it's important to remember that it's not without its own set of challenges. As we can see, the risk of EVs catching fire is a real and present danger that is often overlooked. But what happens when an EV catches fire? It's not just the car that's at stake. Imagine taking your electric vehicle for a charge at your local station. You plug it in, go about your day, and return to find an inferno. This isn't a scene from a dystopian movie, but a real occurrence that happened in Norway in 2019. An EV fire at a charging station resulted in a blaze that was so intense, it took firefighters almost a day to completely extinguish it. This incident raises a critical question. What happens when an EV catches fire? The implications are far-reaching, with potential collateral damage to nearby properties and vehicles. Unlike traditional gasoline-fueled cars, EVs present unique challenges when they catch fire. The high-density batteries they use can reignite hours or even days after the fire is initially put out. These fires are not only difficult to extinguish, but they also burn hotter and longer, causing more extensive damage. Just picture it: a quiet residential area, a family home with an EV parked in the driveway. In the middle of the night, the car catches fire. The flames quickly spread, engulfing the vehicle, then the house, and potentially even neighboring properties. Suddenly, what began as a single vehicle fire becomes a neighborhood emergency. And it's not just homes at risk. Consider multi-story parking garages where cars are parked in close proximity. An EV fire in such an environment could easily lead to a domino effect, with multiple vehicles and the structure itself becoming involved. The cost of these incidents can be staggering, not just in terms of property damage, but also in the disruption to lives and communities. It's an issue that isn't talked about enough when discussing the transition to electric vehicles. We must remember that while EVs offer many benefits, they also present new challenges. As technology evolves, so too must our understanding and management of these risks. The impact of an EV fire can extend far beyond the vehicle itself, causing significant damage and disruption. And did you know that insuring an electric vehicle might cost you more than you think? Yes. While electric vehicles, or EVs, have been hailed as the future of sustainable transportation, there are hidden costs that often go unnoticed, one of them being insurance. Why is insurance for EVs typically more expensive than for their gas-guzzling counterparts? The answer lies in the specifics of these futuristic machines. EVs are often pricier to insure due to the high cost of parts and repairs. These vehicles are equipped with complex and expensive technologies, and not all mechanics are trained to handle these. This can result in higher repair costs, which in turn leads to higher insurance premiums. Another factor that contributes to the higher insurance cost of EVs is the perceived risk of battery fires. While it's true that the incidence of battery fires in EVs is relatively low, when they do occur, they can be more challenging to extinguish and can potentially result in more damage than a typical car fire. This perceived risk can lead to higher insurance premiums. Industry statistics and expert insights confirm this trend. According to a recent report by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, electric vehicles can be as much as 20% more expensive to insure than their conventional counterparts. Similarly, a study by NerdWallet found that insurance for a Tesla Model 3, one of the most popular electric vehicles, was about 21% more expensive than the national average for a standard sedan. These higher insurance costs can come as a surprise to many potential EV owners. After all, one of the selling points of electric vehicles is their potential to save money in the long run, thanks to lower fuel and maintenance costs. However, these savings could be offset by the higher cost of insurance. So while EVs may save you money on fuel, they could end up costing you more in insurance premiums. It's crucial to consider all the costs, visible and hidden, before making the switch to an electric vehicle. Because as they say, knowledge is power, and in this case, it could save you some hard-earned cash. Imagine being stranded in the middle of a snowstorm because your electric car broke down. A chilling thought, isn't it? Yet this is a reality that some electric vehicle or EV owners have had to face. The truth is, as I stated before, while EVs are often hailed as the future of transportation, they do come with their share of reliability issues. Take a moment to consider the experience of a Tesla owner from Minnesota. On a bitterly cold winter's day, their vehicle's battery suddenly died. They were stranded miles from the nearest town, with the temperature rapidly dropping. The roadside assistance they called in was not equipped to handle electric car breakdowns, and it took hours before they were finally rescued. This is not an isolated case either. There have been numerous instances where EV owners have been left stranded due to unexpected breakdowns or battery issues. And what's even more concerning is that these problems are not confined to a particular brand or model. From Teslas to Nissans, breakdowns have been reported across a range of electric cars. Now consider the added challenge of finding roadside assistance for an electric vehicle, especially in remote areas. Unlike conventional cars, EVs can't be fixed with a quick jump start or a few gallons of gas. They require specialized equipment and trained technicians, resources that aren't always readily available. Furthermore, the problem of range anxiety, the fear of running out of battery before reaching a charging station, is a very real concern for EV owners. Despite advancements in battery technology, many electric cars still struggle to match the range of their gas-powered counterparts. This can result in some nerve-wracking trips, especially for those traveling in rural or remote areas. So, while the shift towards electric vehicles comes with many benefits, it's important to remember that they are not without their flaws. In a worst-case scenario, an unreliable EV could leave you stranded in harsh weather conditions. As the world continues to embrace this new wave of transportation, let's hope these reliability issues are addressed, ensuring a safer and smoother ride for all. So, are electric vehicles the future of transportation, or are they a ticking time bomb? This is a question we must grapple with as we move towards a more sustainable future, yet also confront the realities of the risks and hidden costs of EVs. Throughout this video, we've delved into the hidden dangers of electric vehicles, from the high risks of fires that could consume not just the car, but also nearby properties, to the domino effect these fires can cause. We've also discussed the hidden costs, including the high insurance rates that come with owning an electric vehicle. We've looked at the potential for these vehicles to leave you stranded in the most inconvenient and hazardous situations. Breakdowns in the middle of a rainstorm or a snowstorm aren't just annoying, they could be downright dangerous. And while every vehicle has the potential to break down, the specific issues related to electric vehicles, such as battery failures, can make the situation even more precarious. But it's not all doom and gloom. Electric vehicles have many benefits, including reduced emissions and lower fuel costs. They represent a significant step towards a more sustainable future. However, it's crucial to balance these benefits with the potential downsides. The key takeaway here is that it's essential to do your homework. If you're considering an electric vehicle, make sure you're fully informed about not just the benefits, but also the risks and hidden costs. Don't just take the manufacturer's word for it. Look at independent reviews, talk to other EV owners, and make your decision based on a comprehensive understanding of what owning an electric vehicle really entails. While EVs have their benefits, it's important not to overlook the potential downsides. Stay informed, stay safe, and stay tuned for more insights on technology trends at C-Tech Trends.